Stop for a moment. Just stop. I have been watching you. Not from a distance, not from a judgmental perch, but from right beside you. I have been watching the way you move through your days, the furrowed brow that never seems to smooth out, even when you are supposed to be resting. The shallow breath that barely fills your lungs, keeping you in a constant state of low-grade panic. The way you carry your shoulders up by your ears, as if bracing for a blow that never seems to come, but never seems to leave either. I have watched you late at night, long after everyone else has gone to sleep. The blue light of your phone illuminating your tired face. The endless scroll. The search for something, you are not even sure what, that might quiet the noise in your head long enough for you to finally rest. I have been watching you carry this burden, and I know the weight of it. Not because I'm guessing, because I have felt it with you. Every sleepless hour, every silent tear, every time you told yourself just a little longer when you had nothing left to give. I have been there, holding the space that you thought was empty, waiting for you to realize that you were never carrying it alone. Your hands are tired. Your knuckles are white. Your grip is slipping. You have been holding on so tightly for so long that your fingers have frozen in place. You have forgotten how to open them. You have forgotten that open hands can receive, and clenched fists can only hold on to what is already there, which is not much. You have been trying to control things that were never meant to be controlled. You have been gripping things that were never meant to be gripped. You have been holding on to outcomes, people, timelines, and expectations as if the entire universe would collapse if you let go for even 1 second. But here is the truth that will either terrify you or set you free. The universe does not need your grip. The world keeps spinning whether you're holding on or not. And the blessings that are trying to reach you cannot enter through a clenched fist. If you are ready to stop fighting life and start trusting the one who created it, you are in the right place. You have found the exact moment that was prepared for you before the foundation of the world. This is not a coincidence. This is an appointment. Stay here. Do not scroll away. Do not let your attention drift back to the noise. Let these words sink into the places that have been dry for too long. And if you want to stay close to this reminder, if you want to return to this peace again and again, especially when the world gets loud and your grip starts to tighten, then subscribe to this channel right now. Let this space be the sanctuary you return to, the place where you remember how to unclench, the voice that speaks peace into your chaos every single day. Subscribe now. You do not have to walk this path alone anymore. Let me talk to you about your fist. When did you learn to make one? When did you learn that the way to survive in this world is to grip tighter, hold on longer, and never, ever let go? Maybe it was in childhood, when you learned that if you did not perform well enough, the love would disappear. So you gripped the performance. You held on to being good, being smart, being helpful, because that was the currency that bought affection. Maybe it was in your first heartbreak, when you learned that people leave, so you started gripping them tighter, trying to control their behavior, their attention, their loyalty, hoping that if you held on hard enough, they would not slip away. Maybe it was in your career, when you learned that no one was going to hand you anything, so you had to fight for every inch, claw for every opportunity, and never, ever stop grinding. The world taught you that success equals gripping harder, that the tighter you hold, the safer you are. That control is the path to peace. But look at your hands now. Look at what that gripping has done to you. Your knuckles are white from the effort. Your fingers are cramped from holding on so long. Your palms are empty because a clenched fist cannot hold anything new. It can only cling to what is already there, and even that is slipping through your fingers. You are exhausted, not because life is hard, though it is. You are exhausted because you have been trying to do my job. You have been trying to control outcomes that only I can control. You have been trying to force doors that only I can open. You have been trying to fix people that only I can heal. You have been carrying weights that were never meant for your shoulders. And underneath all that gripping, there's a deep-seated anxiety, a fear that whispers, if I stop doing, everything will fall apart. If I stop controlling, the world will stop spinning. If I let go, I will fall into the void, and there will be nothing there to catch me. Let me tell you about that void. It is not empty. It is full of me. The void you are afraid of falling into is not a pit of nothingness. It is the space where I have been waiting for you to land. The space where you finally stop striving and start being held. The space where your clenched fist opens. Not because you have given up, but because you have finally realized that you were never the one holding yourself up in the first place. Your grip is not keeping you safe. Your grip is exhausting you. And your clenched fist is actually blocking the very blessings you have been praying for. Think about it. When your hands are in fists, what can enter them? Nothing. A closed fist cannot receive a gift. A closed fist cannot hold a hand. A closed fist cannot be filled. It can only hold on to what is already there, and even that is slipping away. But an open hand can receive. An open hand can be filled. An open hand can rest, because it is not constantly flexing, constantly fighting, constantly trying to hold the world together. You have been asking me for blessings. You have been praying for breakthroughs. You have been begging for peace. And all the while, your hands have been clenched so tightly that you could not receive any of it, even as it was being placed right in front of you. Open your hands, child. Let go of what you are gripping. It is not keeping you safe. It is keeping you stuck. Now I want to teach you a new way of being. I want to shift you from the posture of a grabber to the posture of a host, from someone who is constantly reaching, grasping, and taking, to someone who simply receives, welcomes, and holds space. The world has taught you to grab, to seize opportunities, to take what you can before someone else does, to fight for your share, to claw your way to the top. But that is not the way of the kingdom. That is the way of exhaustion. The way of the kingdom is the way of the leaf. Think about a leaf on a tree. Does it work to receive rain? Does it strain and strive and grab at the water droplets? No, it simply is. It opens itself to the sky, not with effort, but with surrender. And the rain comes, not because the leaf earned it, because rain is what the sky does, and receiving is what the leaf does. You were meant to receive, not just to toil. You were meant to host peace, not to chase it. You were meant to be a vessel, not a warrior fighting every battle alone. The leaf does not worry about whether the rain will come. It does not calculate the weather patterns or stress about the forecast. It simply remains open, ready, willing, available. And when the rain comes, it receives. When the sun comes, it receives that too. It does not fight its environment. It trusts the rhythm of creation. You have forgotten how to trust. You have been living in a constant state of emergency, as if every moment is a crisis that requires your immediate intervention. You have been treating your life like a problem to be solved rather than a story to be lived. But here is the secret that the mystics knew and the anxious have forgotten. Your job is not to build the exit. Your job is to trust the architect of the doors. Do you remember Hagar? She was cast out into the desert, alone with her child, certain that they were going to die. There was no exit. There was no door. There was only sand and sky and the slow death of hope. And she did not build a door. She sat down under a bush and wept. She gave up. She surrendered. She opened her hands because there was nothing left to hold. And that is when I opened the well, right in front of her. Not because she earned it, because she finally stopped trying to earn anything. She stopped building. She stopped striving. She sat in her emptiness, and I filled it. Do you remember Joseph? He was in a prison in a foreign country, forgotten by everyone who had ever promised to remember him. He had no control, no influence, no way out. His hands were tied, literally, and he did not build an exit. He did not tunnel his way out or bribe the guards or manipulate his circumstances. He simply remained faithful in the small, hidden place, hosting hope in the darkness, even when there was no evidence that hope was justified. And I opened the door, not in his timing, in mine. And when the door opened, it opened not just to freedom, but to a throne. Hagar in the desert, Joseph in the prison, you in the place where you feel trapped right now. Your job is not to build the exit. Your job is to trust the architect of the doors. I have been working in your life, even in the places you thought were empty. The desert is not empty. It is full of wells that you cannot see yet. The prison is not abandoned. It is full of doors that have not opened yet. The waiting is not wasted. It is preparation. Stop gripping. Start hosting. Stop grabbing. Start receiving. Stop building. Start trusting. Type these words in the comments right now. I receive. Do not just think them. Do not just feel them. Type them. Let your fingers be the physical agents of your spiritual surrender. When you type, I receive, you are signaling to your own heart and to the universe that you are finally ready to stop gripping and start hosting peace. Type it now. I receive. Now I need to help you distinguish between two kinds of weight. There are burdens you were meant to carry, the responsibilities of your life, the care of your loved ones, the work that is yours to do. And then there are burdens you were never meant to carry at all. You have been carrying things that are not yours. Inherited pain, generational wounds, expectations placed on you by people who did not know what they were doing, guilt that belongs to someone else, shame that was projected onto you, fears that were never yours to begin with, your mother's anxiety, your father's anger, your family's dysfunction, the pressure to be the one who holds everyone together, the obligation to fix problems you did not create, the weight of being this strong one, even when you're crumbling inside. These are not your burdens. They were placed on you, but they do not belong to you. And you have carried them for so long that you have forgotten they are not part of who you are. I am giving you permission to set them down. Not because you are weak, because you were never meant to carry them in the first place. The strongest thing you can do is not to hold on longer. It is to finally release what was never yours. But before you can release, you need to grieve. I know you've been angry. Angry at life. Angry at the people who wounded you. Angry at yourself for not being enough. And yes, angry at me. You have prayed prayers that seem to hit a ceiling and bounce back unanswered. You have begged for healing, for provision, for rescue, and the silence has felt unbearable. You have wondered if I am real, if I am good, if I am listening, if I even care. Let me say this clearly. Your anger does not scare me. Your doubt does not disappoint me. Your questions do not offend me. The prophet screamed at me. Job demanded an explanation. David wrote psalms dripping with rage and grief and confusion. And I did not reject any of them. I honored their honesty, because an honest why is more precious to me than a hollow hallelujah. So be honest with me. Right now, tell me what you are angry about. Tell me what you are grieving. Tell me what you have been holding against me in the secret places of your heart. I can take it. I'm not fragile. I'm not threatened by your honesty. I am waiting for it, because honesty is a bridge, not a wall. Pretending is what keeps you distant. Honesty is what brings you close. And here's what I need you to understand. Releasing a burden is not giving up. Releasing a burden is delegating. You're not saying, I quit. You are saying, I trust you with this. You're not abandoning your responsibilities. You're finally recognizing which responsibilities were never yours to begin with. When you hand a burden to me, you are not losing control. You are admitting that you never had control in the first place, and that is the beginning of freedom. So take a breath, and as you exhale, imagine the weight leaving your shoulders, the inherited guilt, the generational shame, the expectations that were never fair, the fear that was passed down to you like a cursed heirloom. Let go. It was never yours to carry, and I am here to catch it. Now I want to talk to you about how this works going forward. Because surrender is not the end of your effort. It is the reorientation of your effort. It is not passive resignation. It is active trust. Here is the promise. I do not show you the whole map. I have never shown anyone the whole map. That is not how faith works. If you could see the entire journey from beginning to end, you would not need trust. You would just need eyes. But I promise you this. The path will appear the moment your foot touches the ground. You do not need to see 10 steps ahead. You only need to see the next one. And I will light that one, not with a spotlight that reveals the entire future, with a lamp that illuminates exactly where to place your foot right now. You walk. I weave. You live the story. I write the plot. You show up for the day that is in front of you. The dishes, the work, the conversations, the small acts of faithfulness that no one sees. And I take those small threads and weave them into a tapestry that you cannot yet see. Stop trying to see the whole tapestry. You are not the weaver. You are the thread. And the thread does not need to understand the design. The thread only needs to be where the weaver places it. You have been fighting the pen. You have been arguing with the author about the story. You have been demanding plot twists that you want, endings that you prefer, characters that you approve of. But you are not the author. You are the protagonist. And the protagonist does not write the story. The protagonist lives the story. The protagonist trusts that the author knows what he is doing, even when the current chapter is dark and confusing and painful. I am the author, and I am writing a masterpiece with your life. But you cannot see it yet because you are inside it. You are too close to the canvas to see the painting. You are too deep in the story to recognize the plot. Trust me, not because I have explained everything to you, because I have never left you, because I have carried you through every dark valley, even when you could not feel my arms, because I have been weaving beauty from your ashes, even when you could only see the ashes. Your body will change when you truly believe this. Your shoulders will drop. Your jaw will unclench. Your breath will deepen. Not because your circumstances have changed, because you have realized that you're being held by something bigger than your own survival instinct. You are not a lone survivor fighting against a hostile universe. You are a beloved child resting in the hands of a loving creator. That changes everything, not the circumstances. You. Now, I want to end this conversation with stillness, because you have been rushing for too long. Your nervous system has been in overdrive for years. Your body has forgotten what it feels like to be truly calm, not just exhausted, but calm. So I want you to do something with me right now, just for a moment. If you're in a safe place, close your eyes. I will wait. Now, bring your attention to your shoulders. Notice them. Are they up by your ears? Are they tight? Are they bracing for something that is not happening right now? Gently, without force, without effort, let them drop. Just let gravity do its work. Your shoulders do not need to hold the weight of the world. They only need to hold you. And even that, I am helping with. Now bring your attention to your jaw. Notice the tension there, the clenching, the grinding, the way you've been holding your teeth together as if preparing for impact. Part your lips just slightly. Let your tongue rest at the bottom of your mouth. Let your jaw soften. You do not need to be ready to fight right now. There is no enemy in this room. There is only me and you. Now bring your attention to your breath. Do not change it. Just notice it. Is it shallow? Is it fast? Is it stuck in your chest? Breathe with me now. Inhale slowly, deeply. Fill your belly, not just your chest. And as you exhale, imagine releasing everything that is not meant to stay in your body. The fear, the anxiety, the tension, the need to control. Breathe in peace. Breathe out control. Breathe in trust. Breathe out fear. Breathe in my love. Breathe out everything else. One more time. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, whisper these words to yourself. I am safe. Not, I will be safe someday. Not, I hope I am safe. I'm safe. Right now. In this moment. Regardless of the circumstances. Because safety is not the absence of storms. Safety is the presence of the one who calms them. You are safe. You have always been safe. You just did not know it because you were too busy holding on to realize that you were being held. Now open your eyes. This is a journey. Do not go back to the habit of the clenched fist tomorrow. The world will try to tighten your grip again. The anxiety will try to return. The old patterns will try to reassert themselves. But you do not have to go back. You can stay here in the open hand, in the deep breath, in the trust that you are held. Subscribe to this channel. Let this voice remind you every morning that you are not in this alone. When the noise returns and the grip starts to tighten, come back here. Let these words wash over you again. Let this peace be your anchor. And before you go, I want you to do one final thing. Write these 3 words in the comments. I am safe. Do it now. Let your fingers type what your heart is learning to believe. I'm safe. Let this be your final act of surrender for today. Let these 3 words be the anchor that keeps you steady in the days to come. And when you see your own words in the comments, when you see the evidence of your own surrender, let that be a reminder that you are not alone. There are others here typing the same words, feeling the same fears, learning the same trust. You're a part of family, a community of open hands, a circle of people who are learning together that surrender is not weakness, it is wisdom. Now go, breathe deeply, keep your hands open, and remember, you were never carrying it alone. You were just holding on too tightly to feel my arms beneath you. I am here. I have always been here, and I am never leaving. Amen. I have spoken. Subscribe now so you never miss this voice. Press the like button as your amen, and write these 3 words in the comments. I am safe. Let be your declaration, your surrender, your first step into the art of letting go.